Have you ever had one of those days you set a huge goal for yourself, like I'm going to get fit or I'm going to learn a new language? You are pumped, you are motivated, but then a voice in your head says, I will do it tomorrow. That voice is laziness. And it has defeated almost every single one of us. But what if I told you that laziness is not a character flaw? It's not a personal failure. It's a design flaw in your strategy. And today, we are going to hack that flaw with a scientifically proven method called the 2-minute rule. This is not just motivational talk. This is neuroscience and behavioral psychology in action. So before we jump into today's incredible, powerful topic, I have a small but super meaningful request. If the ideas we talk about here resonate with you, if they feel helpful or true or motivating, the single biggest way you can support this channel is by hitting the like button and subscribing. Your support is what makes this whole journey possible. So if you are ready to join a community focused on real growth, please consider subscribing. So now, let's get started. We are breaking this video down into just 5 key points. Point number 1. The science behind why your brain fights against big new habits. Point number 2. The simple solution introducing the 2-minute rule. Point number 3. How to actually apply it, making the rule work for you with a real life example. Point number 4. The ultimate psychological hack, how this leads to a complete identity shift. Point number 5. The conclusion and your personal challenge to put this into action. Alright, let's jump into our first point. The science behind why your brain fights against big new habits. To understand the solution, we first need to understand the problem. Why does our brain resist starting big positive changes? It all comes down to a part of your brain called the prefrontal cortex. It's your brain CEO. It's responsible for decision making, focus, and willpower. But here's the catch. The prefrontal cortex is incredibly energy intensive and gets tired very easily. It's like a muscle that fatigues. When you think, I need to work out for an hour or I have to study for 3 hours, your brain perceives that as a massive threat. It sees a huge expenditures of energy. So to protect you, it triggers feelings of anxiety, overwhelm, and dread. That feeling, that's what you call laziness. It's your brain's primitive way of saying, conserve energy, this is too much. So willpower fails not because you are weak, but because you are trying to fight millions of years of evolutions. You need a smarter strategy. That's exactly why we need our point number 2. This is where the genius of 2-minute rule comes in. The rule is simple. When you want to build a new habit, the version you do should take less than 2 minutes to do. Read 30 books a year becomes read 1 page. Run a marathon becomes put on your running shoes. Become a master chef becomes chop 1 vegetable. Now you might be thinking, how can just 2 minutes make a difference? This is where the science gets fascinating. The power of the schedule. Research published in the European Journal of Social Psychology shows that habits are formed through a process called context repetition. Your brain creates a powerful link between a cue, like a time of day, and a behavior. By starting with a 2-minute action, you make it incredibly easy to repeat that action every single day. This repetition is the foundation of a strong neural pathway. The gateway habit effect. A study on habit formation found that starting with a small gateway habit often leads to broader changes. For example, people who started just by making their bed every morning ended up increasing their overall productivity. That 2-minute habit created a ripple effect of discipline. The neuroscience of starting. The most important part of any task is just starting. A principle in behavioral psychology called the law of initial momentum states that an object in motion tends to stay in motion. When you put on your running shoes, your 2-minute task, you have overcome the biggest barrier, the initial resistance. Your brain's state shifts from dread to activation. More often than not, you will think, well, I have my shoes on, I might as well go for a short run. Actually, you trick your brain into taking action. Alright, so now that we have learned all this research, but the big question is, how do you actually apply these tricks? Let's dive into point number 3. How to actually apply it. Making the rule for you with a real life example. This is not just a motivational tip, it's backed by science of habit formation, popularized by experts like James Clear in his book Atomic Habits. Every habit has a cycle: cue, craving, response, and reward. The 2-minute rules optimize the response phase by making it incredibly easy. So how do you actually use this? Let's make it practical. Habit goal: get fit. The 2-minute rule says, put on your workout clothes and stand on the yoga mat. That's it. You don't have to exercise, just put on the clothes. I promise you, 9 times out of 10, you will do more. Habit goal: write a book. 2-minute rule: write 1 sentence, just 1. The goal is to open the document and write a single sentence. Habit goal: learn guitar. 2-minute rule: pick up the guitar and hold it for 2 minutes. No pressure to play a chord. So what I'm actually trying to say is this: the 2-minute rule started just the trick. The real magic is the signal it sends. You are not just lacing up your shoes, you are telling your brain, hey, I'm a runner. You are not just reading a page, you are telling, I'm a reader. That micro habit is proof, it's evidence that you are becoming that person. The secret is to master the art of showing up. The goal is not to read a chapter, the goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to run a mile, the goal is to become a runner. And you become something by first showing up consistently without fail. Now let's take a look at our 4th point, the ultimate psychological hack, how this leads to a complete identity shift. This is the most powerful part. The 2-minute rule is not just about accomplishing tasks, it's about transforming your identity. Every time you complete that 2-minute habit, you are casting a vote for your new identity. You are not a lazy person that's trying to read. You are a reader, because readers read every day, even if it's just 1 page. You are not someone trying to get fit. You are a healthy person, because healthy people put on their clothes every morning. This is backed by science, cognitive dissonance theory. Tell us that we are motivated to align our action with our self-image. Your small actions constantly reinforce the belief that I'm the person who does this. And that belief is what creates lasting, permanent change. Alright, so let's head into our conclusion, and we have got a challenge for you. So, your days of fighting with laziness are over. Stop trying to attack the mountain. Just focus on placing the first stone perfectly every single day. Your challenge is this: pick 1 habit, just 1. Scale it down into 2 minutes or less, and I want you to do it without fail for the next 7 days. Don't worry about the result, just master the start. You will be shocked at how this tiny seemingly significant role can completely rewire your brain and build unstoppable momentum. You have the power to build any habit you want. It starts with just 2 minutes. If the video helped you and you believe it can help someone else struggling with procrastination, please share it and hit the subscribe button, because you are just getting started on this journey of unlocking your potential with fact science. So your support is what makes this whole journey possible. So if you are ready to join our channel focused on real growth, please consider subscribing. I will be seeing the next video. Till then, take care of yourself.